What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching the Road to TF5. This is just the web series we're talking about Transformers 5. This is episode number 43, and in this episode, we got a lot of news to talk about, so let's just get started. We got to talk about this photo that Michael Bay posted on his Instagram. The caption reads, "Location scouting." And then we see a Michael Bay selfie with Stonehenge in the background. And Stonehenge is, of course, the historical monument located in England. And I'm pretty sure that even though he says location scouting, we're going to see Stonehenge in Transformers 5. Why do I believe that? Because in every single one of the Transformers films, there has always been some sort of historical reference. For example, the first film had the Allspark, and it was located underneath the Hoover Dam, which is, of course, a real location. And in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, the Sun Harvester was located inside the Egyptian pyramids. In Transformers Dark of the Moon, the pillars were found in the spaceship, or the alien spacecraft in the dark side of the moon. And then in Transformers Age of Extinction, there was the I guess it would be the terraformed Dinobots or dinosaurs in the excavation. All right, so I believe that Stonehenge is going to play a huge part in the film story, but we're not going to know what it is for now. Maybe they're going to do a big battle over at the plains of England where Stonehenge is located, and maybe they're going to wreck Stonehenge. Hopefully not, but maybe there's something bigger. Maybe there's some sort of significance to Stonehenge and why it's there. But anyways, we will find out later on when the movie comes out next year. So we're just going to move on and let's talk about casting news. And now this is just a rumor, and that is the Wrap reports that Nickelodeon star Isabella Moner is rumored to play the lead female role in Transformers 5. Now, what I'm about to say next is, in my opinion, not spoilerish material. I just believe that if it is true, it is more like a character synopsis. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with this right here. Isabella Moner is being eyed for a headlining role in Michael Bay's Transformers 5. The Wrap's Jeff Snyder reports that director Michael Bay is looking to add Moner as a kid from Chicago named Isabella, who is a street-smart tomboy who grew up an orphan and counts a small Transformer as her only friend. So that's kind of interesting. What's interesting, in my opinion, is that she's located in Chicago. Mark Wahlberg's character, Cade Yeager, is located in Texas. At least that's where his original home was before it got blown up. I don't know where he has been relocated, but we know that Cade Yeager is in this film. And if Isabella's in it, then that means that their paths are going to cross. I'm pretty sure that they don't know each other, but their paths will cross, and that is because something brings them together. Maybe it is a Transformers artifact, like a Cybertronian artifact, or the Transformers themselves. So that is pretty cool. And Transformers are located all over the Earth. We haven't even seen all of them yet. So maybe she discovers one and makes that one her pet or something, or her little guardian, her plaything. What I find very curious is that where is Tessa and Shane? Even though I don't care about their characters, they're my least favorite characters, but there's no word on what happened to Nicola and Peltz, and if they're being cast in this film, and also Jack Rayner. And if they're not part of the film, then that's totally fine. I believe that Mark Wahlberg will do his own thing, while the other two are doing their own thing, probably not wanting to have anything to do with Transformers. So I wonder how they're going to explain that. Anyways, I'm looking forward to new roles being cast in this film. Okay, now moving on, let's talk about some stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and I'm not sure if anyone cares or even knows the difference when they watch the films, but they're changing up cinematographers, or rather, they're changing up directors of photography. In the previous films, we had Mitchell Amundsen, who was the director of photography for the first one, and then Ben Searson for Revenge of the Fallen, and then Amir Mokri, who was director of photography for Dark of the Moon and Age of Extinction. They're changing it up, and then they're going to have cinematographer Jonathan Sela, as the cinematographer for Transformers 5. And I'm actually quite glad because while I did enjoy Dark of the Moon and the Age of Extinction, I feel that this is a bit of an upgrade because Jonathan Sella actually worked on John Wick, and I found that the way that the action was shot in John Wick was actually quite smooth and very clear, very easy to take in. Amir Mokri's style has a lot of handheld work. If you look at the Age of Extinction, you look at Dark of the Moon, you look at Man of Steel, all handheld. In fact, Man of Steel was shot completely handheld, and it was never stabilized. So, because of that, I'm really looking forward to what Jonathan Sella is going to offer, because there's one shot that I really thought was a really poorly done, and that is this shot right here, where Bumblebee was fighting with Soundwave in Dark of the Moon, and I thought that is what Michael Bay likes to refer to as a turkey shot. It's just not very good. They're fighting in the background. I want to see the fight, but then it's also focused on humans, and then the camera moves all over the place. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? But that's what's going on. They're changing up cinematographers, and in some ways, I think this is a bit of an upgrade. So that's cool. Regardless, Michael Bay is still a very hands-on director. He does a lot of running and gunning, so in that sense, I respect him for that. He's one of the rare directors who still does his own camera work, and he will be holding onto the camera a lot because he likes things done his way, and he's got his own vision, so we'll see how things go. Alright, moving on, let's talk about nothing really major. It's just that Tyrese Gibson once again expressed his enthusiasm for wanting to appear in Transformers 5, and there is a petition titled hashtag Bring Back Epps, and that is to bring back Epps or Sergeant Epps to Transformers 5. And even though there are signatures for him coming back, or for fans wanting him to come back, I just don't think it's gonna happen, because this is Transformers 5 is a bit of a new direction, or maybe a soft reboot once again for the franchise. Age of Extinction was already a bit of a reboot because they changed up everything. They changed up the human characters, they changed up the robot characters, and they also changed up the designs of the robot characters. They're kind of doing the same thing again. They're going to introduce new human characters. They're going to introduce new robots, and they're probably going to have more new designs. But the fact is that they have a larger story that starts off from Transformers 5, and it keeps on going for the next 10 years. And this bunch of films that start with Transformers 5 and then on, and from that point on, that's all one larger story. Everything else that happens before that is kind of, I feel like it doesn't have a whole lot to do with anything we're going to see from this point on. Just because, I mean, we have these writers from the writer's room that developed this grand story for all the films to come. So I feel that in itself is I guess the start of that new reboot. So because of that, I just don't think that Tyrese is going to be in this film, alright? Finally, the last thing I want to talk about is the music. The music from the last 4 films was from Steve Jablonsky, and I'm pretty sure Steve Jablonsky is coming back, but we're probably going to also see contributions from other artists working with Steve Jablonsky, and that is in the form of an electronic music group, and that would be Major Lazer. Major Lazer will be doing work on the Transformers 5 soundtrack. One of the producers, Diplo, posted on Instagram about it. He mentioned that he met with Michael Bay, and there's no word on if Imagine Dragons will be coming back. I actually liked Imagine Dragons and their contributions to the Transformers Age of Extinction score. I thought it brought a new edge to the style of the music, but you know, they want to change things up, and I think part of changing things up for this new, I guess, soft reboot would be to change the music. So they're adding more electronic style music to the soundtrack. So that's pretty cool. I'm down with that. So that's all I really got to say in this video, and I got some shout-outs for you guys. I got to give shout-outs to a couple of pretty extraordinary individuals, and the first one goes to James Weston. James Weston is someone who I'd like to consider a friend, and we talk once in a while through Facebook messaging. And he actually appeared in Transformers, and he also appeared in a larger role in Transformers Dark of the Moon as part of the Lennox team. Here he is over here, and he fights the Decepticons with the Lennox team in the Battle of Chicago, and he will be appearing live at Colossus Con at Merced, California. So if you want to meet him in person, if you got some questions you would like to ask him, now is your chance. And Colossus Con will be happening on September 17th in Merced, California. All right, so just want to give you a heads up for that. And then also I'd like to give a big shout out to a couple of really awesome fans of Transformers who decided to create their own Transformers live action fan film. That's really, really exciting. Now, I talked about this before. This would be the Transformers fan film called Transformers The Dark Before Extinction. And this, of course, takes place after Dark of the Moon, but before Transformers Age of Extinction. That's why it's titled Dark Before Extinction. And so big shout out to the people who work on this. The creative team, that would be Aaron Fixter, director and producer, executive producer Lucy Norton, Liam Green, who's the writer and also composer. Gotta mention the composers, gotta give some love to the people who make the music. That would be... Hold on one sec. Oh, Jeffrey Veron. Big shout out to these guys. They have an IndieGoGo campaign. If you want to be a part of this piece of fandom, if you want to be contributing to fandom and just be a part of something that could be something very special, now's your chance. This is their IndieGoGo campaign. They want to raise funds to make this happen. It is a charity fan film. Some of the proceeds will be going to charity, and of course the rest of the proceeds will be going into the production to make it happen. So you guys, if you want to be a part of this, please support them and help make this fan film happen. I think people who want to make things happen like this are very extraordinary individuals, and you can also be that extraordinary individual by actually making it come to life, and you can be a producer for this film by contributing to their IndieGoGo campaign. I'm going to leave you the link in the description box below. Please check it out and show your support. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I got more Transformers 5 production news for you guys. This is your one-stop shop for all Transformers live action news, and I hope you come back to see more. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. I was looking around doing some more research, and this was a really recent announcement apparently. I checked Michael Bay's Facebook, michaelbay.com.